find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villian Report, and Red Zone Range. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla Hour, Broseph Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and MM Maniacs. The nightly shows are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports, Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle Podcast, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, Off the Rails, and Detroit Lions News. Hope you like all the shows. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe.
Hey, my name is Ray Flores. I'm a proud and loyal member of the First and 10 Tailgate. You're listening to First and 10 with my man, the main man, Foz.
First and 10 with Foz, Chicago Bears in the mix. Rapping about football, no room for politics. From the Windy City, we bring the fire. This podcast hot, raising the bar higher. Touchdown after touchdown, we never settle for less. Breaking it down with Foz, we always bring our best. First and 10 with Foz, dance in the crowd, cheering loud and proud. Our spirits never bow. We rep that navy, blue and orange, no room for doubt. Chicago Bears legendary, no team can knock us out. No team can knock us out.
When I'm in Chicago, always a Foz.
Full display. Hitting hard like a linebacker, making our way. Foz leading the charge, taking us to the top. Chicago Bears legacy, we can never stop.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to episode 50 of First and 10 with Foz. Maxwell, how are we doing this victory week, my friend?
A lot better than last week.
A lot better than last. The roller coaster of emotion this team has us on. Like, only my wife and this team can fuck with me this much.
Dude, I hear you.
Or at least I'm going to accept.
True that.
Crucial Catch Week, everyone. Make sure to go out and get your pre-screenings. If you're going to the games, you're going out this week, wear your pink and celebrate. Men over 50, you got to do it, man. Don't want to do it, you got to do it. Anyways, guys, we got a good show tonight coming for you as always. We have, speaking of Pink Fanfare from the Carolina Panthers is in the house tonight. Very awesome. One of the women of football. Can't wait to have her on. And all this brought to you as normally by Bedrocks in Shorewood and Romeoville.
Bedrock's Pizza, the place to be. Hard rock tunes and craft beers for thee. Crowd is roaring, the atmosphere's hot. We'll party hard, give it all we've got. This place is our sanctuary. Shout it out loud, let the music play. Bedrock's Pizza, we're here to stay. Good times and memories, never before. Under the neon lights, we're all stars.
All right, we have back-to-back tailgates this week. You know, First and 10 last week versus the Rams, and this week versus the Panthers. Man, some nice weather too, man. We're still holding in there.
Fall is here.
Fall is here.
Finally.
Hoodie and jeans weather's among us. You guys know the drill. We've been the First and 10 tailgating every home game morning, 7 a.m. $30 wristbands. Make sure to check out at the PayPal account. First and 10, 1985 at gmail.com. And make sure to pay $30 per person and make sure it is friends and family. We'll have DJ Bear out there, the Hallis Tower, the Fat Bar, bartending, all the food and drinks. You guys know how we do it. It's always a good time at First and 10, everyone. Maxwell, the Bears news this week. It wasn't too much, man. We brought up tight end Carlson, and then he was on the injury report.
That's about right.
Did we just bring up like an injured person to the 52-man? Like, was our injury report not looking bad enough? Like, we had to bring up on like another injury.
He just
guy?
got to Hallis Hall and immediately got injured.
Dude, he must have. Like, I thought they were bringing him up to do something with the offensive line or try to like work
Sure,
him
in case
there.
like Bla's the game or somebody else is hurt or yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, okay, they brought him up. And I'm like, why is he on the injury reserve?
It's just instant.
Speaking of it, injury reserve, the list is still out there, and still not happy about it. So a lot of key players, a lot of nuts and bolts of the defense and offense that we need to get a little bit more healthy. Aside from that, though, I think we did pretty well this last weekend. Given all the injuries we're facing, let's hope that a lot of these guys get back to full strength so we can operate at full strength, my friend.
100%. Now that we're in the easy part of the schedule, we definitely get them. Better to take time now if anybody's got anything lingering, like Keenan Allen or any of these other guys, because it's going to get tougher on the second half.
Dude, 100%, man. I mean, as soon as that second half of the season hits, it's nothing but problems, my friend. So
Absolutely.
we got up to like week 8 or week 9 of a pretty marshmallowy schedule, would you say?
It should be, yeah. I mean, we all believe we should be 3-1 right now, but yeah, I mean, these next two are extremely winnable. Washington and Arizona are definitely winnable. New England's beyond winnable.
I mean, I think you just said it, man. I think this game this past Sunday versus the Rams is what we were expecting and wanted to see in Indianapolis.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're a game behind, at least from like where my mind thought was. Like, I was expecting Sunday's game to be last week in Indy, but better late than never, I guess.
Better to have an ugly win than another ugly loss. Yeah. So that's all that matters.
That O-line's still killing us, man. It was a rough first half there.
The first half was rough. The whole first half was rough.
Yeah. Darnell Wright, what is going on with him and these penalties, man? And Braxton Jones broke down, and then Nate Davis came in. Tevin Jenkins is injured now. I mean, dude, we just can't catch a break on this offensive line.
But two things, they did seem to get it figured out in the second half because there wasn't nearly the amount of penalties in the second half. So it seemed like whatever the Bears actually made a halftime adjustment. That's a miracle, and it actually worked, and it looked really good in the second half.
There was something in that second half, and we'll get into it, dude. But like, I just felt it watching him. Like something just clicked. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like, I don't know what they did, what was said, what adjustments they made. I really couldn't tell what happened on the sideline, but they came out there and just felt more all on the same page.
Yeah.
Better communicative. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's been, the first half was emblematic of what the whole season's looked like.
Yeah.
A lot of first and 15s, second and 20s, third and 9s. It just looked the same. Yeah, whatever happened at halftime, somebody lost somebody's mind on somebody, or Mike Singletary came in and dropped his pants. Whatever happened, they figured it out for a change, and it all looked pretty smooth in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take whatever we can at this point, but whatever they did, just keep on doing it. I mean, there was a game again of the defense being the heroes, but again, the offense finally backed them up and did their part and capitalized on these turnovers that they were giving them. That was the huge part about this game. That's what they talked about working on over this last week, capitalizing on the turnovers, man. And you definitely saw the offense taking more advantage this week.
Absolutely. And I mean, listen, the defense didn't look, I mean, they held them out of the end zone in the first half. Great. But I mean, Matthew Stafford was throwing to me and you, and like these guys are like 6 and 7 stringers, and they're gashing the middle of the field out of nowhere.
No, but Matthew Stafford was throwing to me and you like on the defense, like he wasn't even near receivers.
His second half was terrible. I don't know. Like we waved a wand at halftime, and we came out like gangbusters in that second half.
I mean, I got a little scared on that last drive of the game. They were thinking like, oh shit, like he could pull it off if he wanted to.
Sure, he's still Matthew Stafford.
And then he threw the pick, but progression, my friend, progression, and we definitely saw a lot of that out of Caleb Williams this week, man. Big time. 17 for 23, 157 yards, 1 touchdown. Highest QB rating in the NFL this week out of any other quarterback, except for maybe last night because Jared Goff went 18 for 18 on Monday Night Football. So you don't see perfect stats like that very often.
And then your coach forgets you to give you a game ball.
Poor guy. Caleb Williams is the first rookie quarterback ever to win back-to-back home games as a rookie quarterback his first season, man.
Wow.
It's never happened, and we've extended our home
saw that.
to 7 now.
Yeah.
So we've won the last 7 games at home at Soldier Field, my friend.
What's the old saying? Go 750 at home and play 500 on the road, and you're a playoff team. So they're doing what they should be doing.
One of the things that really stood out to me stat-wise this week was he only completed 44% of his passes versus the blitz when we played the Colts 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
This week he went 8 for 9 for 75 yards and a touchdown, man. I mean, talk about 1 week progression on picking up the blitz, getting rid of the ball fast, reading quicker, dude. I mean, that's 100% on him, man. Like,
Yes, 100%.
To progress that fast week to week like that, man, I definitely think it's an achievement.
I mean, just think about what we're asking him. Like, we're asking him to call the offense or look at the defense and adjust at the line.
First fourth game ever.
A rookie doing
in the
that.
NFL.
Think about that. A rookie doing that. Yeah. We're not really dumbing down the offense. They had meetings this week. You know, the players did. One of the coaches said, we want to be coached harder. We want the full pepperoni pizza.
Sure.
And
we need it because we're going against these teams who are the full pepperoni.
Absolutely.
Pizza. Our division is definitely the full pepperoni.
It's really good. Goddamn Vikings. But I mean, like, you know, rookie progression at quarterback, especially at the quarterback position, isn't linear. Like, just because one guy's doing good and one guy's not progressing farther, it doesn't mean that, like, you know, Washington's not asking Jaden Daniels to do any of the stuff the Bears are asking Caleb Williams to do.
Of course not.
Like, they've got a really, I don't want to like discredit it because he looks really good, but like they have a lot simpler offense there than what they're trying to do here with the Bears. And, you know, it's small steps. You know, of course, we all wanted to see big, but every week he's looked better and better. And he's really reading defenses well.
I mean, who doesn't every offensive drive want to see a 40-yard bomb to DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, or Keenan Allen? I mean, and dude, that will come. That will come with time. That will come with getting our own line back together in the play action. I mean, that's going to come.
The offensive coordinator getting to know his staff better. Exactly. What works, what doesn't. Obviously, according to the players, he wasn't doing it hard enough on him. So, but yeah, I mean, he looked really good, especially in the second half. I mean, again, he missed a couple throws. That's the NFL every week.
Yeah.
He's not the only guy to ever do that. Like, does he hang on to the
ball? Patrick Mahomes misses a couple throws every game.
Absolutely. Does he hold the ball a little long sometimes? Yeah, absolutely does. I mean, that's, again, part of being a rookie.
But again, dude, like, to counteract that, I'd rather him hold on to the ball a little bit longer than make a stupid move and cause a turnover. You know what I mean?
The most key thing you just said there, he didn't have one turnover.
Yeah, exactly. None. He's not throwing a ton of picks. If anything, he's holding on to the ball, being safe with it, trying to protect it.
Sure, would we like him to throw it away in that situation? Of course. But I think he's just trying to hang in as long as humanly possible for a play to develop down the field. I get he's doing it. It'll come with time.
Look at that play where he rolled out to DeAndre Swift. I mean, and he can make those type of plays happen. So, I mean,
he can make a lot of types of plays happen. That ball he threw over the middle of Cole Kmet was it was sexy. It was sexy. I screamed as I said, like, my God, it's a beautiful pass before he even caught it, because I didn't care if Kmet caught it. It was just beautiful the way it whipped out.
Sailed right over the defender's head,
like right after his fingertips. It was a thing of beauty. So yeah, every week we're seeing progression, and that's all we can hope for.
Hell yeah, brother! I was super happy with the game, man.
With him, yes, I was.
Dude, welcome to Chicago Bears, DeAndre Swift. Where have you been the last 3 games, man?
Good question.
Dude came out like 75. How many rushing yards did he have? 93 rushing yards and then 7 receptions for 72 yards.
It's very reminded me of Matt Forte back there a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a little faster than Forte,
catch and run, like double threat.
And it was nice, like right away too. Like the first couple run plays weren't sweeps to the outside. It was, let's run north to south here. Let's go right up the middle. Let's you know, I know we're getting to the touchdown with good Doug Kramer as our fullback, but it was nice. Just let's run it at him. Let's not run it. You know, let's get horizontal here or vertical here. Let's not get horizontal all the time with everything.
Dude, getting in the red zone. You just brought up my next point, dude. Roschon Johnson finally getting utilized where he should and when he should be utilized, dude.
Absolutely. I don't care what it looks like. Just get in the end zone. They put Doug Kramer in at fullback, just a big, nasty dude instead of your normal fullback to run into somebody else and push him hard so Roschon Johnson can pound somebody into the end zone. That's what we want. Who cares how you get a touchdown? Just get it.
I mean, dude, it was a weird, I guess, stat victory as far as QB and receiving go.
It wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty.
I mean, only 33 yards to Kmet came right after Swift, and then only 22 yards to DJ Moore.
Should have been more.
And everyone else is like under 10, like barely nothing. So
it wasn't pretty. It wasn't a pretty win, but it looked good in the second half. That's all that matters.
The W is the W at the end of the day, but dude, with our receiving core, you expect to see
I agree.
2 wide receivers at 100 yards and another one at 50 to 75 easily.
But this game at least left you with a good taste in your mouth. It wasn't the opposite where normal Bears, like they come out looking good in the first half and the second half is nothing. We look terrible. Like they actually adjusted. It looked good in the second half. We saw cohesiveness in the last 2 offensive drives. I'd rather see it that way and take an ugly win against a bad opponent, and that's all that really matters.
Those last 2 offensive drives of the game were the best offensive drives of the entire season
thus far.
Chicago Bears.
Yeah, and that's something to hang your hat on.
7 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
took time off the clock,
Mhm.
2-3 first downs.
Excellent passes.
Ended with scores.
Yeah.
Like, dude, exactly.
Listen,
exactly.
It's something to hang your hat on.
That's like a real football team.
I know it. We're borderline a real offense.
Dude, God bless our defense, man. They're just so much fun to watch this year, and you're so great, dude. Brisker had one hell of a night, dude.
Yeah, that was a hell of a game.
Should have been 2 interceptions if he didn't come back in from out of bounds. Dude.
Yeah.
And then he had that huge ass sack on Matthew Stafford.
Came on off
dude.
unblocked.
Yeah, out of nowhere. No one even saw him.
Stafford
dude.
is lucky. He must have felt him at the last second to kind of duck because
Yeah.
he was about to get blown right up.
Dude, our boy Sweat and our guy Dexter, we've
Both
been
look good.
loving on, dude.
Sweat had a huge game,
Yep.
game wrecker. I loved this. Did you hear his quote after the game about he was disrespected that they put a tight end on him to block him, like just by himself?
Yeah.
He said he was furious about it. Like supposedly after the game, he went up to McVay and said, "Yeah, you don't do that."
That's awesome. I love Montez Sweat.
Absolutely. But yeah, Javon Dexter too looked really good each week.
He's coming around.
We
dude.
see him have a couple plays
Yeah.
each week. That's all you want from your guys like that.
From like halfway through the season last year till now, like he's another player just like our rookie quarterback who's just progressing. You're seeing
We
more
needed
and
somebody
more out of him. Yeah.
on the interior of that defensive line, so it was nice to see.
Dude, most definitely. And then dude, even Austin Booker got in there and you touched the
I saw
quarterback
that.
a few times,
Yeah.
dude. That kid probably shouldn't even be on the field right now, in all fairness. I mean,
No, but I use him as a rotational guy until he gets his
Yeah.
feet wet. And
He's
that's
awesome, though,
the
dude.
more he looks good, the more he's going to play.
he comes out there with that aggression, like he just looks pissed. He looks like a madman on the field, dude. And wherever that ball's going, dude, he's right there, dude. Like a fucking magnet on it, dude. That kid is my next Dexter, dude. Is
I hope so.
Booker, dude. Booker's got a serious future with the Chicago Bears.
I hope so.
Man. Tory motherfucking Taylor, baby. Have you ever been excited for a punter as much? Have you ever cheered
no.
so hard for a punt
No,
before?
no. Yeah, both of those two like 60-something yard
Dude,
ones
he
were
just
silly.
He just chipped him on the green, chipped him right out of bounds, dude. That 65-yarder right out of bounds. It was unreal. It was like you're playing Madden on easy, dude. Like it was just unreal.
The first one, what I thought of was last week when we bitched about us drafting him in the 4th round because we really needed more on the
Hey, I'm
offensive
still
line.
bitching about his
No,
draft
no,
number until they get that outline.
I am too. No, I agree, but I immediately said, "Oh man, that was really pretty." And then the coffin corner one that just bounced out of bounds, like on the 3-yard line, was even nicer.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't cheer for punts very often.
No,
Who are we, like the Colts when Pat McAfee was
but
around? Like,
yeah,
you know
no
what I
shit.
mean?
But when you really need one, that's really nice that you know you've got that in your back pocket when you've got to pin them deep.
Yeah, dude. Most definitely, it was such a fun week. Saw the entire team come a long way, and then our defense continuing out through the entire game and hold it out, and our offense giving them time to rest on the sidelines, dude. Like it's all just slowly coming together, man. I hope they continue this on now for
I mean, you know, I don't want to
weeks.
upset our guests, but I mean, yeah, going into this week, I mean, you should be able to take those last 2 drives and really just build off that going into this week against this team.
Speaking of our guest, we have Miss Pink Fanfare who's going to be coming on the show. She made a little video that I'm going to show for everyone, so let's roll that and we'll get going with Pink Fanfare.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow, just like the demeanor. I'm feeding my fam, I'm feeding the meter. They got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter. Gotta protect him. I made the call, it was just like I'm reffing. I know we left, yeah, now we back together, but I guess that is better now. Later than never, like, what's happening? I'ma need y'all to quit asking when.
Everyone, welcome Pink Fanfare to the show. Pink, how are we doing tonight? What was that video, all that crap talk in that video, that negative bear stuff there?
Good afternoon, good evening. Hello.
Hurry this
hello,
up, girl.
hello,
We gotta be
hello.
fan unity. We gotta be fan unity, girl. Come on.
We are. I just wanted to let you guys know that we are coming into Chi-Town. We coming after you guys. We are coming after you guys. Foz, Max, do it tonight.
They're coming after us, man. They're coming after us, bro.
Yeah, we coming in hot. Don't worry.
Oh, Pink, I love you to death, sweetheart. I appreciate you coming on the show tonight. You're the best. Pink, you're on vacation too, so thank you for taking some time off your vacation to come chat with a couple Bears fans.
You are welcome. Happy to
You're
be
the
here.
best, sweet. You're the best, sweetheart. We love you. Start out with the history of everyone. Pink, we want to know how you began, where you began. Where did your fandom for the Panthers start from, sweetheart?
Well, I've been a fan of the Panthers since 1998. I don't want to tell my age, but
27, 26.
Go ahead and put my glasses on. I've been a fan since 1998, and so I run deep, and being a fan of any team, as you guys well know, we're all super fans. We love our team to death, win, lose, or draw. And so I was in the military back in the 90s, and I couldn't watch the games or anything. So I just had to read it in the newspaper.
What branch of the military were you in?
United States Army strong, huh?
Oh, thank you for your service, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. But like I was saying, just had to watch it off, whatever TV I could find. But fast forward, we had a couple of players that played with us at our high school, and one of them was actually drafted with the 49ers. And he became a Panther, I believe in 98 or 99 or something like that. And when he became a Panther, I became a Panther. And then we had another guy that was out of Oxford High School. He became a Panther, Kevin Green. So Eric Davis and then Kevin Green, they both became Panthers. So when they became Panthers, I became a Panther. So needless to say, I've been a fan ever since. And so, being a super fan is actually a calling. It's not anything that you do, you just strike up. It's not something that you just do overnight. It's something that happens it evolves over time based on what's in your heart and mind. And if you love your team enough, you're gonna do everything you can to up your fan game. And so I started really doing that a few years ago. I actually just retired, so didn't have a whole lot of time to do it, but my dream was really to kind of up my fan game the best way possible, because I see a lot of other super fans doing that and just strutting their stuff. And I wanted to be creative in my own right and, create something that represented not only myself, but my team, my state, and, myself, my group. And so basically came up with the name Pink Fan Fur. Pink comes from when I used to ride motorcycles, and I had a pink motorcycle with the Pink Panther on it, because everybody knows we grew up back in our day. We grew up with Pink, Pink Panther, and so Pink Panther was my favorite cartoon. And so I put the Pink Panther on my pink motorcycle. So I had it custom painted. And so everybody just called me Pink, 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 Pink. Everybody called me Pink. I rode motorcycles for 14 years. And so that's how I got the name Pink. And then after fan first, I wanted it to be relatable in the fan way. So I said Pink Fan. And I wanted to kind of match with Pink Panther. So, I couldn't go with Pink Panther because it's a trademark. So then I said, well, let me think of something that's kind of totally different but similar. So that's how I came up with Pink Fan Fur. And it goes with everything. Pink goes with me. Fan goes with me being a fan. And fur goes with, the fur of.
And it just so happens we have Pink Fan Fur on the week of Crucial Catch.
That
was great marketing on my end. I mean, that was all meant to be right there.
I'm an idiot. I didn't even put that together, Pink Fan Fur. Wow. Well, I'm an idiot.
We talk like
no, you don't have to be an idiot too long.
No, I am most of the time. But what kind of motorcycle was the pink one?
The pink one was a Kawasaki 600 ZX6. That was back in the olden days. ZX6.
Sure.
And I'm a cowgirl. Even though I'm a Panther fan, I'm still a cowgirl. And then my second bike was 636R Ninja. Got that in 2006. It was that flat blue, that pretty Carolina flat blue. So I was so in love with that blue because I was also a Panthers fan back then. I said, I just got to have a motorcycle that just has the same color as my beloved team. So back in those days, those bikes were hard to get, but I actually had to go up to Henderson, North Carolina to get that bike. And that was my dream bike. And I tricked it out, rode it for years and years and years. And then I ended up getting a 3-wheeler in 2013, I think it was. So, but I gave up riding in 2015. So I've been there, done that.
Got my questions. I'm just going to let it go. You already got all the chronological stuff now. I'm good. I'm just gonna hang out and drink my beer back here. Just kind of relax.
Yeah, just a super fan of it. Just a super fan doing what I always wanted to do. I made my pink fan fur into a business, so I wanted to create, other people and help them with their personas and things like that. And anyone who has a vision of wanting to up their fan game, so to speak, I'm here for you. I help them with their vision.
I got my Foz headband from Pink Fan Fur. I'm representing.
Oh yeah, you representing. You got that
Should've
pink.
wore
Oh,
it
that
too,
pink
man.
jersey is looking so good on you. Looking pretty handsome in that. Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank
Pink is your color.
you. So Pink, how many games you make it out to a year? You traveling around? What's kind of like your schedule with these Panthers games?
I try to do at least three away games.
Okay. Which ones you coming to this year?
Well, I've gone to my first away game, which of course you guys know. I was in Vegas, and with the Oakland Fader fans. I was doing a couple of shows with some of the Raider goons, and they were talking some mad trash, Wednesday before the game.
Talking that jive, they're talking jive now, aren't they?
They thought they just going to come in and skate all over the Panthers because they thought, Bryce Young was going to be up in there. And then when, they put Dalton in there, we came back and we won the game. It was so electrifying. It was so exciting. I got to shout out to all my Raiders fans. They're so sweet and so nice. Very, very lovable.
They are, man. Raiders Nation's awesome. I'm friends with a ton of them. Anyone just that dedicated to your fan base, man, respect.
Yeah, shout out to all those Raiders fans. I just got mad love for it because we went to J-Lot, in Tailgate City. It's like walking through a tailgate flea market. You know what I mean? It's like, here you go. Here, get something to drink, get something to eat, and take photos and pictures. It was very fun and very unforgettable. I had a great time. Their stadium is amazing.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Really that's nice. What I hear. I haven't been yet.
I got to just drive past it in an Uber, but yeah, it's quite.
Was there a halftime show? Did they have like an artist at halftime?
They did, and I thought it was a little convoluted because I'm like, well, why are you guys trying to send messages here? It sounds like you're trying to send messages to our quarterback. They had Too Short there. He was performing at halftime. Like, hold on a second. Now, you guys trying to send subliminal messages or something? Too Short.
We're playing the Panthers. We should get Too Short.
Yeah. And Tretch was there.
Oh, very cool. Very
now
cool.
with OPP, that guy, Tretch.
Yeah.
Dude, the NFL needs to step it up. Dude, the Raiders are having like amazing artists at every halftime.
You kind of don't have a choice if you're in Las Vegas.
I mean, you kind of do. I mean, like, why can't we have something cool at one of our?
We do have a big choice,
right? It's not fair.
I hear you.
Well, Steph Curry was in the audience. I didn't realize that. I missed it.
Oh, that's cool.
Steph Curry was in the audience, and I missed that. And Warren G was in the audience, and so they showed them.
He was regulating.
Yeah, he was regulating hard as a Raider. I can't think of that other third performer that they had, but it was Tretch. It was Too Short. It was somebody else. But anybody remembers, jump in the chat.
Now, do they charge more for the tickets, you think, because of the performances? Are the tickets any more higher than normal?
No, not really. We waited until the 11th hour to get our tickets. And that's a pretty good strategy because we actually got our tickets at a very good price.
I would imagine.
The two fans that were sitting in front of us were Raiders fans. And so we were on row 2 right there at the tunnel where our team comes out. Because I like to do my homework. Where is my team coming out at? That's where I'm going to search for my seat. I need to be on there and screaming and all that. And the two fans were so gracious. I believe they're the Raiders bus. They own the Raiders bus crew. They let us stand in their seats as the game was coming to a quick end and allowed us to just take and partake in that celebration. It was such a gracious thing that they did. So I really am grateful for that. And great. It was just a
fan of fans. I love it.
It was great. I'm so appreciative of that. Like, we got some great memories.
Are you originally from North Carolina?
Oh no, sir. I'm originally from the city of Los Angeles.
Oh,
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. So I wanted to come live in North Carolina after I retired because I wanted, like I said, up my fan game, start my super fan business, mix and mingle with a lot of other super fans, go to home games because I haven't been able to do that in 30 years. So that's why I wanted to come to North Carolina.
Now you're retired, and now you can do whatever the hell you want, right?
Yes, I can.
You did your taxes.
Man.
You're free now. Get out of there.
I can't even explain it to you how it is. It's such a great feeling, like when you're not working like consistently every day, 7-8 days a week. I say 8 days a week. It feels like 8 days a week when you're in the military for 30 years, 20 years, I meant to say. But when you don't have to clock in and out to somebody and just, it feels like a freedom to me. And I'm doing
it's almost like the way life was intended to be lived or something.
Yeah,
it's a party every day, you know? And it's just this freeing thing. It's this freeing opportunity that people don't realize, that when you work so much in your life and then you start actually living your life and doing things that you really want to do, it's just amazing. It's really, you're less stressed. You don't have as many headaches, and it's just, I want everybody to experience this freedom, because working is not all it's all cracked up to be, man. Where's that? Fans.
When I turn 78, I can't wait to
Hey, shout out to Carolina Super Fans United.
Pink, going back to the 90s, you said you started being a Panthers fan back in 98. Who's probably been, why don't you give me your top 3 favorite Panthers over the years?
Put my eyes on. Steve Smith Sr. I hope you're listening, sir. You are my number one fan, not my number one player.
Yeah,
Steve Smith Sr., number one. And I really did have a heart of gold for, what was his name? D'Angelo Williams. Loved him. And if you have to go with my next one, I'm going to have to say Cam Newton. I'm sorry. Any haters out there?
I love Cam Newton.
Cam Newton put the Carolina Panthers on the map, so to speak, with the swag.
Yeah.
And that's the God's honest 100% truth. And you guys know that.
No, I agree. I love Cam Newton. He was an absolute beast. It's a damn shame injuries derailed him quicker.
You guys stole away our lovable Greg Olson from us here in Chicago back in the day.
Well, we got him back with Julius Peppers.
He was a jewel. He was an absolute jewel, wasn't he? And yeah.
No, I love Julius. Non-football, quick aside. Everything good with the hurricane and everything where you're at in North Carolina?
Well, no, everything's good where I'm at. Just a few hiccups here and there. I mean, I'll talk about a little bit later about our little campaign we have going on with the efforts of, Western North Carolina Strong. We are.
Yeah, let's talk about it right now, sister. You're always doing some charity stuff. Why don't you let the people know what you're doing?
Western North Carolina got hit real hard, and I mean, I know that there's a lot of other places that get hard too, but we got a lot of super fans that have relatives and family members and friends in those areas, and they own properties there. And so we are Carolina Super Fans United. We're working in conjunction with the Port City Riot and some of the other Roaring Riot fan groups. And what we're doing is basically supporting the mission of Hurricane, and asking for some donations, as well as we got some people going down there to provide, some basic things, water, essentials, things like that.
Goods, dry goods, things like that.
Yeah, so we're doing some drives and trying to get some, some of the basic things that people need. I'm going to be tailbacking. I'm going to be going along with the North Carolina National Guard. I'm on the behavioral health team, and should anything arise where they need any behavioral health services, I'm gonna go and do a deployment there and talk to some of the people in the area, just to kind of do some trauma informed counseling. So we got that going on, and just in any way anyone can help, we appreciate it. I posted on my page how you can go and help. So that being said, we are Western North Carolina and South Carolina strong.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
And of course, ESF. Anti-bullying.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. That's number one.
Always got to be out there doing something, right? Representing.
That's what's up.
was I gonna say? Actually, go ahead.
I'm blinking.
I'm blanking.
Are you coming up to Chicago this weekend?
I did want to come up to Chicago. You guys are
DJ's coming. DJ's coming.
I know. I did think about coming up there, but since I'm coming off the Vegas trip, then I'm coming off this vacation, and it's like the Sunday that I actually returned back home, so it didn't really work out with my schedule. However, I was thinking about you guys, and I did want to come, but we will have some super fans.
You have a home in Chicago with First and 10 whenever you come. You know
oh, yay!
You're always welcome with us.
So great.
Let's get into the game a little bit coming up this weekend. We don't got to go too deep. How are you guys right now as Panthers fans feeling about we'll call it the trade? With Bryce Young with us for the first round pick. How is that kind of like as of today sitting around with Panthers fans?
I can't speak for all Panthers fans.
No,
I know that there are
word
some
on the street, whatever you heard.
I can only speak for myself, and I don't get all into these comments. I don't get all mixed up with all these comments that some people are just really mean and cold-hearted. No matter what you do, you're never going to do anything right in the eyes of some people, and those are not the people that I associate with. So
they're called trolls on social media. They're called trolls.
I, despite what people say and what they think, me personally, as a professional, as a person, as a fan, a super fan, I love our number one pick. I was lucky and fortunate enough to get selected by the Carolina Panthers to come out there to Kansas City and witness this. You know, for me, it was a dream come true.
Yes, that's awesome.
And I'm an Alabama fan, so I can't sit here and say that I'm not going to support Bryce Young. Period. I'm a Roll Tide fan through and through, and don't care about the haters. So I got to say,
damn Tide.
Yes, Roll Tide, number one in the SEC and the NCAA. Just so you know, but I can't sit here and say that I'm not going to support Bryce Young. I love who he is as a person. As a man, I know he's a very humble spirit, and all he wants to do is win. I think he has a lot to learn. I do think that they could have, treated him a little bit differently when they brought him in, and they could have given him a lot more training and a lot more experience. Well, training, experience, and mentors.
You're talking to Bears fans right now, sweetheart. We completely understand that.
We never had a Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got a win-win situation out of that because you got DJ Moore. That was that whole trade thing that they did to get Bryce Young. And
I didn't want to rub it in your face.
No. It's fine. It's business. I understand that, but I was very sad to see DJ Moore go.
See, I think that's what I admire most about our fan bases. I mean, it's easy to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan. It's easy to be a Bengals fan, a Bills fan who's just there every year competing. Like, go 20, 30 years of absolutely nothing, of complete trash, and stick around and let's see how big of a fan you are. And I think,
hey, I see we got some Roll Tide fans in the comments. Shout out to Jennifer, Antonio. Shout out. Roll Tide, and Roll Tide.
Yeah, but I think our two fan bases definitely having our super fans stick around and stay tried and true over the years we dealt with. We definitely deserve a pat on our own backs. That's for damn sure.
I'll pat it for you. And can I have that pink jersey you wearing? Did you get froze up on me? Hello? I think he froze up over here. Maybe it's me who's frozen. Are you guys there? Hello? Maxwell, Foz. Are you guys there? Can you guys hear me in the comments?
Things of that nature. And
you got your back, Pink?
You back on, Pink?
I thought you guys were frozen. You guys were frozen. I'm sitting here like this.
Oh, we were the opposite. God bless technology, right?
Yes, I'm back.
So when you first start, I mean, obviously, I love now when I go to the tailgates that it's about half and half with males and females. But when you started, how many other females were doing it with you, Superfan, or were you the only one with Carolina?
Oh no, I wasn't the only one. In fact, I was one of the ones that came in a little bit later. I actually started joining the like really super fanning in 2022. Now I've been a super fan. I just hadn't upped my game to the point where it is now.
I got you.
But I've had a lot of mentors in my group with the super fan, the Super Panther fan group, of course, the ESF of the Carolinas, and of course all of ESF. Shout out to all of ESF Elite Super Fans.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, they have a lot of people. Yeah, you guys, we're worldwide, and I've seen so many people just impress me. And there's a lot of females. I mean, in the group where ESF of the Carolinas, where I joined in 2022, there were quite a few females. I would say probably maybe 6 to 8 females.
That's awesome.
That's
I love that. I love that I see that every time I go to a tailgate that it's half and half, if not more females now. And I think
it's such the evolution of women. I'd probably say the last 10 years in like super fan games. I mean, we talk about it every time we have a female fan on the show. We absolutely love it. Like you're in the women of football and everything, and we think it's fantastic. Us guys traditionally we're just getting yelled at for watching football every Sunday, but now we got the wives joining us. We got the girlfriends joining us, and it makes it that much more of the fun experience. So, yeah. Absolutely amazing. Well, Pink, we don't got to get into too much detail about the game, but if you had to give me a score for Sunday, what's that score sitting at, sweetheart?
Ooh. Man, with the injuries we got, I just read, and I didn't see the game Sunday when they played the Bengals. I was in flight. No, I wasn't in flight. I was actually en route from Long Beach, California, but I didn't get to actually see the game. However, with the injuries we got now, we got Shaq Thompson out, Andy Dalton out. We've got Leggett. I heard he might be out. And who else was that? Shaq Thompson, our wide receiver, Johnson. I don't know. It's going to be questionable. And Bryce Young might be starting. How you guys feel about that? My score.
It's looking like he's going to be starting on Sunday. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you, after the Indy game, I don't know anything could happen nowadays. The Chicago Bears are a coin toss, my dear. But let's just say we're trying to stay optimistic over here. How about that?
I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm usually always most of the time optimistic, and so I'm gonna go with. I mean, looking at the stats that we got with touchdowns, we've got 8 touchdowns this whole season. That's more touchdowns than we had since the last 8 games.
I think Andy Dalton got half of those in one game.
Yeah. 8 touchdowns. I'll take 8 touchdowns, 66 first downs. I mean, that's a little bit more stable than we used to be. 8 sacks, not so bad, not so good. And 6 out of 6 field goals. And so I don't know. It's time for people to really step up to the plate, depending on who they put in. I know that they added they added a linebacker. So I guess he might be taking the place of Shaq Thompson, but I'm going to go with, let me see. Touchdowns are far few and in between.
just shake the magic 8 ball over there.
I've just got to be honest and probably say, well, you guys got DJ Moore, so you got your quarterback, DJ Moore, and I'm going to say we're going to take the win. We're going to come out of Chicago with a dub because everything is swinging in our direction as far as, feeling a lot more stabilized than we have been. So I'm going to go in and shock the world and say it's going to be 17-6.
I will cry like a little baby if it's
quitting the show.
This show is over with. If that's it. No, No, you always got to pick your team no matter what, Pink.
I almost thought for a second she was going to give us a Bears win, and I was going to jump up and scream and be because you would have been the first guest, and almost sounded like you talked yourself into it.
Yeah. She's like,
Man, Maxwell, you on drugs,
I was
man.
going to be nice and say, I was going to give a score, maybe make it a little closer. Hell with that. 34-13 Bears.
I had it written down. Let's see what you had. I had 31.
Wow, you guys are really on
Bears.
Oh yeah, I mean, like this is how we do it. When a good for one quarter, and we're ready to go to the Super Bowl. So that's how we do it here in Chicago Bears land.
Yeah, it's crazy out here. Look at someone just said put in Beijing. We live in a crazy world.
Oh come on, whoever that is, ban him from this page immediately.
Bears fans are crazy. We pick crazy scores.
My dad's burner account. What is this?
We love our backup quarterbacks.
You guys need to go back in frozen mode because you guys are talking too much cash junk. Go back in frozen mode. Let me run the show.
we could have Patrick Mahomes. They'd be like, put in Beijing.
Coming into the Chi-Town and taking over just like we did in the LV.
Oh, man. Pink, we love having you on, sweetheart. Best of luck on Sunday. We always wish our guests luck. I just want to see a good football game either way. That's what we always hope for. So,
yes, and I know you guys are going to have fun down there. Take some pictures.
We sure will, my dear. We sure will. We'll be posting stuff. Bunch of Carolina fans coming to the tailgate for some 10 on Sunday. So we'll be having a good time. We'll have to make sure you're one of them next time that we're in town. Okay.
You can just put my little picture out there and just pretend, but I will be
send me one of those little fathead faces on a stick.
Yeah, I mean that's what time it is. I got some merchandise coming out. That might be one of the things I market. You never know.
I love it. Well, Pink, enjoy the rest of your vacation, sweetheart. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on tonight.
Thank you, guys.
And then have a good time on Sunday. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Pink. You're the best, sweetie.
Keep pounding, baby. Keep pounding always.
All right, sweetheart. Have a good night. Thank you. Dude, Sonya's the best. I love her. Such a sweetheart, man.
Mm-hmm.
Such a sweetheart.
Yeah, I didn't want to be. She seemed too nice for me to say anything bad about.
Yeah, I had some stats here. I was like,
Panthers, and then she dropped a 17-6, and I forgot who she was.
No, I mean the Panthers are 1-3 coming into this game.
She's not here no more. Bad.
It's coming up 75 yards.
If that's real and he's starting, yeah, I mean, I might even go higher. I mean, I don't even think they'll score 13 points.
Yeah, it's not good, my friend. It's not good. Their defense is ranked the 30th in the NFL next year.
I mean, this is one of the games that if we lose, we just quit as fans.
Dude, the one thing to watch out for, though, dude, is Chuba Hubbard, their running back, has been killing it, dude. He's been doing an awesome job. I mean,
fuck yeah, man. If Bryce Young's playing, they're going to just zero in on him. They're going to watch Bryce Young to win the game.
They're awful. Yeah, but looking forward to hopefully a solid victory on Sunday. We continue building the momentum.
That should.
I don't see a reason why we would. I mean, if we come off a Rams victory at home and we lose to the Panthers at home,
no, this is a game like if you don't win by 10, it looks bad. Like this should be an evisceration. So should the following week.
Speaking of the following week, that throws a kind of twist in things, my friend, because we are in a jolly old for the game, my friend. A good old 8 a.m.
I'm looking forward
in the morning football game, cracking a beer with some toast in the morning.
I think so.
So we'll be over in London for that game the following Sunday next week versus the Jaguars. Dude, the Bears have had trouble overseas in London. The Jaguars have been successful. I mean, I'm not saying the team's better than the other, but I mean,
it's definitely something to consider because of all the travel time, no doubt.
We will be having next week too. My guy, the Jaguar superfan, Captain Duval. My wife is absolutely terrified of him. I can't wait to have him on the show.
Oh, really?
Everyone's seen him. He dresses like a gentleman Jaguar dude, English accent.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's absolutely.
I think he looks pretty cool.
Absolutely amazing. So, I thought he looked cool too. And then we went to the draft this year, and he was there, and had my wife and I had my friend Christian Moore from the Dolphins. I was like, "Hey, you guys want to go meet Captain Duval? He's a really nice guy." And they're like, "No."
Are they weirded out by cats or what?
I'm like, why not? They're like, he's absolutely terrifying.
The Bear insanity over here.
So it'll be a fun show with him next week, and he's extremely, extremely entertaining. So, all right, guys, we appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. As always, you guys are absolute best. Always nice having a show after a Bears victory.
Yes.
Everyone enjoy the game on Sunday. We'll be down at 1st and 10 tailgating partying. Hope to see everyone out there. As for the rest, you guys know how it goes. Bear down, baby.
Thank you, and go Bears!
Bear down!
From Harrison and Wabash we rise, tailgating with excitement under the skies. The fathers leading the way with Billy from the van, rapping jazz, dancing to the Chicago plan. Surrender man goes is feeling the beat. Our baby bear and mama bear never defeat. Deaf, bear, and also roaring loud, and the stereo lurking among the crowd. The Hallis Tower, a symbol of might. Chicago handshake under the night. What is your profession? We ask. Legends of the game, a formidable task. Devin has to speed, behold. Mongo and Dadham will never fold. Sweetness and Peter, heart of steel. Dick Buckus and Mike Dicker, the real deal. Super fans cheering with passion in the air. From Harrison and
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villian Report, and Red Zone Ranch. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla Hour, Broseph Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and MManiacs. The nightly shows are Hallis Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, 1st and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports, Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle Podcast, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, Off the Rails, and Detroit Lions News. Hope you like all the shows. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment.